repeating decimals. If a decimal number is not terminating, it is repeating. It's one or the other. Here's an example of terminating, 0.25. An example of repeating, 0.3333. Now, that little bar that you see here, that tells the reader that these three should go on and on and on and on and on forever to infinity. Going from a repeating decimal back to a fraction that reduced it. How do you go back to the fraction that produced the repeating decimal? Or what fraction produced this repeating decimal? So here's the number, and we would like to know which fraction produced that when you divided it. So this would be 0.555 to infinity. First step, label the number they give you with n. So the number we're working with is this. Then you capture a repeating block. This one's just repeating one number. And how do you capture it? Well, I would capture it if I would move a decimal here, I would capture this, right? So if I move the decimal once in this direction, that would be like multiplying times 10. So what you do is you multiply both sides of this equation by 10. Notice 10 times n, move the decimal over. I captured one of the repeating block. This goes on. Once you've captured it and you've multiplied times 10, then subtract the original n. This was the original n. This is the one where we named the repeating decimal. Subtract it, because if you subtract it in this part, this will cancel and you'll get rid of the repeating part. So this goes away, the 5 comes down here, 10n minus 1n is 9n. You just need one more step, divide both sides by 9, and you have n equaling 5 over 9. If you want to confirm that, in fact, this produces the original 0.55555, check it with the calculator, and you'll see this, in fact, is 0.5 repeating. How about this one? This one doesn't have the same number repeating. It has this block. This is a repeating block. We call it the repetant part that repeats, this block. You're going to do exactly the same thing, but instead of capturing one number, you're going to capture 3. So if I'm going to capture 3, that means I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. So that means that the number, the original number, that equation, we're going to multiply both sides by 1,000, because 1,000 will allow me to move the decimal 3 times and capture this repeating block. So what you do to one side, you do to the other. You multiply this side by 1,000. You multiply this by 1,000, that means you move the decimal 3 times. Here it is. Since this is repeating, this little block is repeating forever. These 3 numbers are repeating over and over. So you caught one of them. Now, the subtraction of the original from the one that's multiplied, notice this was the original. This is the one after we multiply by 1,000. That subtraction will enable us to cancel the repeating part. So all of these guys cancel, all of these guys. This one drops here. And 1,000n minus 1n is 999n. So we have 999n equals 235. When you get this far, the repeating part is over. Just divide both sides by what's here. In this case, 999. So this would n equals. Key this into your calculator and you'll see it will in fact give you the repeating decimal we started off with.